Good morning, students. Yesterday we had a class on Google Classroom, but I was not satisfied with the class. I hope you are also not satisfied because of disturbed network, and we are not able to discuss whatever we want to discuss in detail. And I promised you that I will prepare a separate video and upload on the Google Classroom portal. Okay. So let us start with our changing earth. Our changing earth. Dear students, I told you yesterday also that our earth is never static, rather, it is ever changing. Because, as we discussed in chapter 2, earth inside is very hot, it's too hot. So, because of that high temperature, the rocks are found in the molten stage, and that molten rock or magma, it keeps on moving inside the earth. So, because of this movement of the molten magma inside the earth in a circular manner, it disturbs the mantle as well as the earth crust. Dear students, this earth crust is made up of different lithospheric plates. Actually, lithospheric plates are also called tectonic plates, and these tectonic plates are large and small in size, and they are rigid, irregularly shaped, which combined together to make the earth surface like a football. Dear students, no single lather can be molded or can be shaped into a ball shape or in a round shape. Rather, for making a football, we have to join lot of pieces. In the same way, different tectonic plates together make the earth. Okay. So these tectonic plates keep on moving from one side to another side because of the circulated movement of the magma inside the earth. Okay. I hope you understand now what a lithospheric plate means. Okay. You can do an experiment at your home also. Some activities given in the book, that you can have a beaker or a utensil. You can put some water on it in it, and you can put a piece of paper or some, you can say, plastic sheet, cut it in a round shape and boil it. You will see that this piece of paper or plastic will keep on moving upward and downward as the movement of the water. Okay. So now the question arises, what are the forces which are responsible for movement of these tectonic or lithospheric plate? Actually, the movement of these plates causes changes on the surface of the earth, and the earth movements are divided on the basis of the forces which cause them, and the forces which act in the interior of the earth are called as endogenic forces as well as exogenic forces. So on one side we have endogenic forces, and on the other side we have exogenic forces. Okay, so these all are responsible for earth movement. On one side we have exogenic forces, and on the other side we have your endogenic and exogenic forces. Actually, endogenic forces are of two types. These are of two types. One are sudden forces, and second is diastrophic. Okay. So these sudden forces may cause number one, earthquakes. number 2 volcano, and number 3 landslides. Okay, so these are sudden forces. Whatever happens on the earth's surface, that happens all of a sudden. You don't get time. Okay, like earthquake, you might be sleeping or you might be watching TV, all of a sudden the earth starts shaking. Some volcanic eruption also have happened in the same way. Landslides also occur in the same way. You are moving on the road, all of a sudden there is landsliding in just in front of you, okay, or on your vehicle even. So these are all caused by the sudden forces. Because of diastrophic forces or slow forces, which are very slow in the working, they are responsible for building mountains. Okay, like Himalayas. Himalayas are the youngest fold mountains in the world, and they started building around 70 million years ago, and around 25 million years ago the Himalayas were almost completed. So it took around you can say 40 millions or 45 millions of years in their formation. So it's a very gradual process. And this earth or these tectonic plates or lithospheric plates, they move at very slow speed, only a few millimeters to a few centimeter per annum. You are not able even to notice it. Okay. So second is exogenic forces. Exogenic forces are responsible for two type of activities. Activity one is erosional activity. Erosional activity means erosional activities are those activities in which the material is eroded from the surface by different agents of gradation. What are different agents of gradation? There are 4 agents of gradation. Number 1 is river. Moving water erodes the material. It breaks down the rocks. Same is done by the moving air, that is wind. Sea waves. You might have seen in the beach area, the sea waves keep on striking against the seashore or the bank of the sea. And fourth one is glaciers. Glaciers are frozen water droplets or water. Whenever the glaciers move downward due to melting of water at the bottom of the glacier, and at the same time the gravitational force. So the glaciers or the big mountains or big rocks of ice, they moves downward due to two reasons. Number one, due to increasing temperature, the water at the bottom of the glacier melts, reducing the friction. And number two, due to gravitational force, it moves downward. And while moving downward, it erodes the rocks coming in its way. Okay, so these all 4 are called agents of gradation. They might be A grade or D grade. A grade or aggradation aggradation is done by the depositional work, and degradation is done because of erosional activities. Okay. So due to erosional activities, the rocks are degraded, and due to depositional activities, the rocks are aggraded. Okay. And all these two activities take place wherever the not both the, rather first of all, this aggrade or aggradation is done in the area of low lying area, and degradation is done in the area of high altitudes or relief. Okay, because the water moves downward and degrade the rocks. Clear? Okay. Next point is these endogenic forces sometimes produce sudden movements and at the other times produce slow movements. So these sudden movements are responsible for earthquake, volcanoes, and these diastolic forces are responsible for the mountains. Okay, now let us come to the next point, volcano. I hope things are clear up to here. Now we can use a different color of pen so that you are able to distinguish between the two. Volcano. What is a volcano? Volcano is a vent. Vent means opening or a hole. Opening or a hole. It might be even a crack. Okay. So vent means opening, hole or crack through which molten material erupts suddenly. Molten material or magma. It erupts all of a sudden, and this eruption of we can say magma is known as volcano. Whenever some volcano erupts, first of all some gases and some ashes erupts and followed by the magma. And whenever this magma comes on the surface of the earth, it is called lava. It is called a lava. And wherever this lava is collected inside the earth, that is called a magma chamber. Okay, we can make a diagram also here. Let us see it. Okay, this is first of all, let us do this with the red pen. This red color is showing the magma. Okay, this first layer is mantle, and the second layer is called this one, is crust, earth crust. Okay, and whatever you see upside, it is simply the shape of the mountain, or you can see it has taken almost shape of a mountain, or it has become a hill type structure. Okay, so this is a mountain or hill like structure. So this is called magma chamber. Okay, now this lava, because it is heated, it starts moving upward. And wherever it finds a crack or joint, it flows through it. Okay, now this is the top part of this area. It is called crater. And as I told you, at the initial stage, some dark color ashes and gases, they are erupted. Okay, and after some time it starts flowing the lava on the outer side. This is flowing of lava. I hope you remember I uploaded a video on your WhatsApp also, how the lava flows on the surface of